Hello, this is Mark Wildman of Wildman Athletica, and today we are going to do a kettlebell start stop swing. The start stop swing is called all kinds of stuff. I call it the start stop swing. You will recognize it as having a bunch of different names. The point of this exercise is that we take our starting position when we pick up a kettlebell and we go back to it over and over and over again. This allows us to reset our starting position. When most people learn swings, most people do a lot of weird things. They don't stand up all the way, they move their hips weird, they have a lot of back sway in their spine. By restarting over and over and over again, we get the chance to make sure our setup is correct. If our setup is correct, our reps are correct. Because you're going back to that start position over and over and over again, you are going to find that this is very booty-tastic. If you want to develop a very nice booty, this is a great way to do it. With this exercise, we are going to point our feet straight ahead because that is the way people are generally supposed to walk. If we do a big turnout, as is sometimes recommended, then some people will start walking with their feet turned out. Many people in the modern world walk with their feet turned out anyway. That is not the way the body is supposed to function. The body is supposed to function with your feet pointed straight ahead so that the arch of your foot can fire properly, so that your foot roll can happen properly. We would like to do our kettlebell training as much as possible, unless you have a sport that causes you to train in some other way, with our feet pointed straight ahead. If you're riding a dirt bike, you point your feet straight ahead, because if you turn your feet out, they catch on a branch, you get ripped off the bike. If you ride a horse, you ride with your feet generally pointed straight ahead, for the exact same reason. If you turn out, all kinds of weird things happen when you're riding a horse. Generally, you should run and do everything with your feet pointed straight ahead. Martial artists may turn in to protect their center line from groin kicks, mainly in Asian martial arts where groin kicks are totally valid. They don't do that in Western martial arts because groin kicks are generally frowned upon and are not legal in sports. A lot of people do turn out, and that is a holdover from somewhere in the 1800s based on ballet and all these people standing like this. And that was one of those things that rich people did to make them seem cooler than poor people. They stood in a very specific way. Ballet was originally invented for men so that they could stand very cool and everybody would know that they were rich and powerful. If you're not rich and powerful, and you don't need people to visually think that you're amazing all the time, you just generally want to function very well or be a good athlete, point your feet straight ahead. For this exercise, we are going to have our feet pointed straight ahead. We are going to take our hands, we're going to lay them in the crease of our hip, we're going to push our booty back. Right back here, we should have our glutes already on. Our knee should be behind the level of our toe. It is difficult for many people to learn to do that in the beginning. Don't worry, your body will do it. Everybody's body will do it. We are going to start with our thumb pointed back. In case something goes wrong, our elbow bends this way very easily. If you're going to do it with your thumb up, you already better be very, very good at it, because if something goes wrong, you're going to snap your elbow in half. Competition guys do thumb up, but by definition, competition kettlebellers are really good already. Point our feet straight ahead, judo chop, sit back, knee behind the level of the toe. Reach out, grab, thumb points back. Fire the lat. Literally push the lat down until this muscle is big. If you can reach back and grab it with a hand, you're probably doing it right. We're going to hike the weight back, stand all the way up, breathe behind the shield. We are not going to arch our weight back, opening up. We are going to contract our abs. If our abs are solid, we're probably doing it correct. Go back down, set it down. Push back, stand up. Push back, set it down. Push back, stand up. Push back, set it down. Push back, stand up, touchdown. Start, stop, start, stop, start, stop. In this position, make sure that you are leaning back against the weight to get as far back in your heels as possible. Start, stop, start, stop, start, stop. At the top of this movement, in this position, we want to have that rib cage push down so our abs can be on and your booty should be solid. If your booty is not solid, you are not doing it right yet. Your booty should always be solid at the top of these hard style type swings. Let's show it from a different angle. Feet pointed straight ahead. Sit back in the heels, knees behind the level of the toes. Activate the lat by driving the shoulder down. Start, stand up, stop. Start, stand up, stop. Sit back in your heels. Start, stand up, stop. At the top of the movement, your legs should be super straight. You should be pulling your kneecaps up. If this muscle is solid, you're doing it right. If you stand up at the top and your knees are bent, figure out how to straighten them all the way out, drive your heels down, push your booty down, drive your rib cage down. Let's demonstrate this with the other hand. 2 feet pointed straight ahead, hips go back, knees back, sit back in your heels. The important part that most people miss, fire the lat as hard as you can. Start, stop, start, stop, start, pull your kneecaps up, stop, start, squeeze your booty, stop, start, solid abs, stop. Because the exercise is just starting and stopping over and over and over again, this is going to make you better at setting the kettlebell down with good technique, which is an injury prevention strategy in the long term. We take everything, picking a kettlebell up, putting a kettlebell down, and we make it its own exercise. The better you are at the small pieces, the better you are at the big pieces. Kettlebell training is about ripping everything apart and getting good at very simple, fundamental movements over and over and over again. This is our general physical preparedness so that we can move towards more types of athletic or sport-specific preparedness with greater confidence and better biomechanical alignment.